the age of gold, when the world bowed to metal. Since the dawn of civilization, humanity has sought one thing above all: stability, a way to preserve value, to measure power, to hold the future in their hands. They found it in gold. Long before paper money or digital numbers, gold was the first true language of value. It didn't corrode, it didn't fade, and it was rare. Nature's perfect balance between beauty and scarcity. To early civilizations, that combination felt divine. The Egyptians mined it from desert sands and buried it beside their pharaohs, believing it would shine even in the afterlife. The Greeks called it the metal of the gods. For the Romans, it became the foundation of empire itself, a symbol of military glory and political power. Whoever held the gold wrote the rules. As trade routes expanded, so did the influence of this metal. From the Silk Road of Asia to the ports of Venice, from Arabian caravans to the royal courts of Europe, gold connected worlds that had never met before. It became the universal standard, a shared truth that transcended borders, language, and culture. Yet gold's brilliance came with a shadow. Its pursuit reshaped history itself. Empires rose and fell, chasing its glimmer. Spanish galleons crossed oceans in search of it. Entire civilizations, from the Inca to the Aztec, were destroyed for it. Gold financed exploration, conquest, and colonization. It built wealth, and it burned worlds. By the 19th century, humanity tried to bring order to the chaos of gold. Nations sought to bind themselves to its certainty through a new idea: the gold standard. Every banknote, every promise of value would be backed by gold stored in vaults. It was an age of discipline, an era where trust was literally measured in metal. For decades, this system defined global finance. Exchange rates were fixed, currencies were stable, and gold became the invisible anchor of the world economy. But that same stability carried its own trap. Economic growth was chained to the pace of mining. Nations couldn't print prosperity faster than they could dig it out of the ground. Then came the wars, 2 of them. The cost of global conflict shattered the illusion of infinite stability. Gold fled from vaults to pay for weapons, soldiers, and survival. Governments printed money far beyond their reserves, breaking the very promise the gold standard was built upon. After the Second World War, world leaders gathered to rebuild the financial order. In 1944, at Bretton Woods, a new system was born. The US dollar would become the world's reserve currency, but it would remain tied to gold. 1 ounce of gold equaled $35. The world once again anchored its faith in metal. For a time, it worked. Global trade flourished, economies boomed, and gold remained the silent guardian of confidence. But beneath the surface, imbalance grew. America printed more dollars than it had gold to cover. Foreign nations began demanding their gold back. And in 1971, President Richard Nixon ended the convertibility of dollars into gold. The link was broken. The gold standard, the system that had ruled the world for over a century, was gone. Money was now backed not by metal, but by the faith of governments and the trust of people. And yet, gold never truly disappeared. When economies crash, investors still run to it. When currencies collapse, gold remains the refuge of fear. It continues to move quietly beneath the surface, a timeless reminder that trust, once broken, is never fully replaced. Today, gold is no longer the center of our monetary world, but it still sits deep in the vaults of nations, locked away as insurance against uncertainty. We no longer use it to buy or sell, but we still measure worth by its shadow. Because gold was never just a metal. It was a mirror, reflecting what humanity valued most: control, security, and permanence. Even in a digital age, we still chase the same shine. This was the age of gold.